living, guys. You're listening to the Dental Student Vibes podcast. I'm Anthony Wallach, and I'm here with Seth Kalish and Matt Havis. Today, we're going to talk about something that everyone experiences, burnout. Burnout is basically when you basically are pushing yourself to the limit at all times, and you're trying to achieve a goal, and it's all about, the grind, but sometimes your body doesn't want to,
your
listen
mind.
to your mind. Exactly. So we're here to help. We've experienced burnout and we've overcome burnout. So we're going to give you a little bit of our ins and outs, our tips on how to avoid burnout and what to do when you are feeling burnt out. So here are 6 ways to hustle without burning out. So guys, why don't we start off with number 1? Seth, you want to go?
Yeah. Number 1, sleep. Sleep. Go to sleep. We know none of us get enough sleep. That is for sure. Think about last semester. That was a tough semester. Man.
Over 30 credits, man, dude. No sleep.
Yeah. Like I thought it was gonna be a cakewalk, but we were not chilling we were chilling for a little bit when we shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying?
Around November.
Yeah. That was
mental health though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's I guess to a point you have to.
But that touches on Seth's point, the mental health. You got to sleep. Everyone needs it. No one's immune to it. You got to get your 8 hours, or at least try to get 6.
Yeah.
It's so important for your body. It helps you recover. It helps you de-stress. I mean, there's the benefits. You can look it up if you really don't believe us. Dude. The benefits are, countless for sleep.
Yeah, and besides trying to get huge, releasing growth hormone,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that a lot of people don't realize about sleep is, you get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep the night before the test, whatever. It's not the best thing to do. Definitely don't pull an all-nighter. But then, you can sleep for 10 hours, 11 hours the following night.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you don't have an exam then.
I feel like it's kind of normal. It's kind of our cycle to sleep 5, 6, 7 hours during the week. Get a little more sleep on the weekends. I don't think that's a terrible thing to do.
We had an exam today. I took a 3-hour nap afterwards.
Yeah. And also we have 7 a.m., so we got to be up.
I got 4 hours last night. I took a 3-hour nap today. 7 hours. PEMDAS.
I'm a big proprietor. PEMDAS?
The order of operations.
You went from sleep to math.
Well, 4 hours of sleep at night and then 3 hours you added up to make 7 hours total for that day.
Okay. Yeah, word. I'm a big proprietor of Naps.
Proprietor.
Me. Yeah, I actually represent them. Naps hired me to.
Naps.
Yes, at Naps. Look them up on Instagram.
That would be a good mattress company. Naps, and it's like a mattress that you can roll up. And it's just called Naps.
All right, the patent is pending.
There you go.
But yeah, just get your sleep, guys. Get your Z's. It's super important because you're not going to be able to function at full strength if you don't sleep.
Yeah, and then also sleep cycles. Everybody knows about sleep cycles, circadian rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on, this is my favorite website, Sleepy Time. It's spelled SleepyTi.me. So sleepytie.me. And then you can either schedule when you want to wake up and it'll tell you what time to go to sleep so that it matches your sleep cycles, or you can just click the Z's right now and then it'll tell you what time to wake up in the future.
That's nice.
It's fire, dude.
Yeah, that's really good stuff. All right, so the second tip that we have to help with burning out, Matty Ice, you want to drop some knowledge?
Sure. Tip number 2, schedule down to the minute.
And don't procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. I think everyone's a little bit guilty of procrastination.
Tell me about scheduling. What's the best way to schedule?
Down to the minute.
Anthony, tell me about scheduling. Anthony doesn't schedule at all.
I don't do any schedule
at all.
I live my life by the moment. I take it literally step by step. I'm responsible enough to get my stuff done. I know what I have to do. It's just me personally. The guy to the left of me, Seth, schedules everything out. So you want to answer this?
How the tip is the opposite of what Anthony does.
It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But I feel like most people...
But he makes up because he takes lots of naps.
Exactly.
So he overdoes the first one so that way he can slack on the second one.
Right, so he does more sleep so he has to do less scheduling.
It's the absolute truth. I know how I function. I know how I work, and I've made it this far doing it the way I do it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. But for most people, I think a schedule would help. Also, just to touch on it real quick, I'm all about my naps in 2020. It's like sleep is my priority in 2020.
Tell me what you're doing now. Listen to this, Matt.
Listen to
what
great.
He's doing now.
I've heard this.
This makes no sense.
I've been doing it for about 3. All right. You guys can comment.
It's so twisted, but it kind of makes sense.
We'd love to hear, or personally, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So, let's say we have 8 a.m. class, right? I normally would wake up at 7:15. I'd shower. I'd get ready for school. I'm at school 7:50, 7:55. Let's say I go to bed at 12. So I'm getting like a little over 7 hours of sleep. What I've been doing lately is I wake up like a half hour early. So I'll wake up around like 6:45, maybe 6:40. I'll jump in the shower. I'll dry off. I'll blow dry my hair. I blow dry my hair. And I'll literally jump right back into bed and I'll take a nap till like 7:40.
Does that make any sense?
I'll take a fat nap and I kind of just feel like I wake up for the second time, and if I'm not in my sleep cycle, like, you know, if I'm not in REM sleep, you wake up groggy. So I feel like, you know, on days when I wake up groggy, I just have to go to school. Now I kind of like get a little nap before class, and it's really nice, honestly.
But
I recommend it.
Let's get back to it. Where did you come up with this?
I just did it. I started doing it about 3 weeks ago, and I actually this morning I didn't do it, but I noticed when I do it, I do kind of feel a little better when I get to school in the morning.
But like, here's what I don't get. You are interrupting your sleep to like wake up, and like, so that goes against the whole point of...
You get dressed halfway for the day and you're like, all right, I did enough, let me just take a 30-minute nap and then I'll get to it.
I don't get dressed halfway. I like take a shower, I dry off, like maybe throw on some underwear, and I get back into bed, dude. Like, and I get the same amount of sleep in terms of time. Yeah, I might be interrupting my sleep cycle, but there are days when you wake up in the wrong sleep cycle anyways, and then you wake up groggy and you have to pound caffeine. So I feel like this kind of like prevents it because I get a really thorough nap.
That's why you use sleepy time.
It's like nature's cup of coffee.
But I can't always fall asleep when I want to at night, and I know I'm not the only person.
All right, enough about sleep.
So let's get back to what the second topic is, scheduling. So I think Seth should talk about this.
So scheduling. All right, so we can go into different depths of scheduling. So the first depth is very shallow waters here. You don't have to schedule with a planner and all that stuff. The point of scheduling is like, just make sure that you're doing something. Like, have your day planned out and just like fill it up, right? You don't just like just have time that's just a free nothing. Like, be doing something, have something scheduled, and you accomplish more. I mean, that's the whole point of being in dental school. You got a lot of things to get done throughout the day. I mean, how many preps do we have to do today? We have, how many? Is it 6 or 7 preps preps and restorations for our exam?
Yeah,
coming up. Right. So like, we got a lot of stuff to do. We got a busy weekend this weekend, all that sort of stuff. So I mean, just fill up your time. Don't have downtime. Like, I understand, or schedule your downtime. Like, I'm going to sit on the couch at this time, but don't just like have like an hour. I'm not going to do anything, you know. But then at the same time, we always talk about this. Get a planner, plan out your day. I was listening to a podcast, and they were saying like, plan down to the very minute. Like, you can even plan like 5-minute periods, you know. So like, so no time goes unwasted, and you'll end up accomplishing like a madman.
All right, I'm gonna bring it up. If you have to go to the bathroom, do you plan throughout the day, like, try to get yourself on a schedule to go? Like,
all right, Matt. Next topic. Thank you. Okay, so number 3, surround yourself with motivated people. So what does that mean?
There was a study done, and I'm sorry I don't have the name of it in front of me or anything like that, but it said basically the 5 people you surround yourself with most is kind of like accumulation of who you are as a person.
Right.
So I think that means that you don't want to be a big fish in a little pond. You want to be, you know, a big dog and everything, obviously, but you want to be around people that are just as motivated as you, if not more, and it will just push you in the right direction. It kind of gives you more of a path in life as opposed to just stagnating, you know?
Yeah, and like that kind of goes with the whole thing of finding a mentor, you know? So you're if you surround yourself with people who are motivated or who are good at something and you want to be like them, or they have some character trait, you know, they're essentially a mentor. They're somebody you look up to. And that will rub off on you just by proximity. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when we're trying to get stuff done, think about it. Think about it just like in terms of studying. You go to the library to study. You don't go study like, you know, on a playground or something. For lack of a better analogy, you want to be around people that are getting things done or who have the same mindset as you.
No, definitely. I agree with that. I mean, there's times where we'll just sit down at Panera or something and we'll just get to it, and a couple hours go by and we were actually very productive, more than you would be maybe at your own place, you know, with all the temptation, Netflix or PlayStation or whatever. Maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it at the gym. I gotta whip Matt into shape all the time. I'm like, Matt, what are you doing with these 22.5-pound dumbbells for lateral flies?
All right, we're doing lateral flies.
Pick up the
Quiet over there.
25s.
We're doing lateral flies. I just grabbed the weight, and it's what was there. The 25s were taken. The 27.5s were taken. So I was like, all right, might as well just do the 22.5s. And sorry I didn't look and monitor the 25s. So that way I could put mine back. I was just, all right, I got it. I'm just going to do it.
Why don't you pick up the 30s? It's called progressive overload.
I also...
Yeah, but, okay, when I can't lift the 30 past, you know, like 40 degrees, it's like, it doesn't do much. So I get the 22.5. That way I could get a quality 10 reps in, good form. Like today, I was doing 60 pounds for overhead press, dumbbell press.
We're gonna touch on on activity.
So let's combine two
tactics.
things. We're gonna combine sleep and we're gonna combine scheduling. We're gonna set an alarm for you every 2 hours while you're sleeping overnight. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna drink some protein, and then maybe you'll be able to pick up those 30s.
So just to bring it back to main focus here, I also think that if you surround yourself with people who have the same type of goals as you, that's another big thing. You know, like back home, I had a lot of friends that were motivated, but none of them wanted to go into dental school. And there's nothing against my homies. They made me who I am and helped me where I am today. But, you know, here, for example, you know, being around friends that are in dental school and have the same goals to be a dentist is definitely more helpful in that. So with anything in life, be around motivated people, but the more people that you have that are in your kind of like niche, the better.
How do you find motivated people?
It's tough, you know. It's not like you can
find
just go.
My friends.
You can't go on eBay and buy them, you know. Like it's just kind of like
what's that called? The fish one?
Which one?
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish.
Yeah, you know, people today just
Tinder.
aren't.
Do you think they have Tinder for motivated people?
Yeah, it's called LinkedIn.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So,
I'm done.
So guys, go on LinkedIn.
Problem is solved.
All right. So why don't we go on to the fourth topic? And you guys kind of already dove into it a little bit, but you need balance in your life. And,
Balance. So how do you do that? You get a balance beam.
And you need to make sure that you're strong on both legs.
And you...
No,
perfect. Love it.
You need to have balance in your life with school and, you know, loved ones, but you need to especially be balanced with your physical and your mental and your emotional. So in terms of the physical, you got to be able to have some kind of activity in your day at least 3 times a week, if not more. We work out personally 5 times a week. We're not saying you guys have to do that, but get yourself moving, you know, get your heart rate up, go play some sports, go run, go lift some weights, just go do something because your mind is connected to your body, and your body is only as strong as your mind. So when you train your body, you're training your mind.
That's right. Become one with the earth.
Absolutely. Matt, would you like to talk more about
Matt,
weightlifting?
yeah, tell me about weightlifting, Matt. What do you think about weightlifting?
I mean, I like it. I do it. You know,
Yeah.
I go in, I move some weights.
I heard you're competing this year or something like that.
Yeah, there's a donut competition.
Oh, it's called the Krispy Kreme 5K.
Yeah, so what you do is you just take like a chopstick and you load them up with, you know, donuts, Krispy Kremes, and then you see how many you can eat in like a 1 minute time frame. I'm up to like 6 donuts in a minute. So
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really preparing for this. But real talk though, in terms of gym, it's very important. Yes, I don't, you know, lift. I don't put the weight to like max and then lift the whole machine off the ground like Seth does. Like,
oh, did you, dude? I hit the chest flies, 250 for 8.
That's
It
impressive.
was a stack.
That is
I hit
impressive.
the stack today.
Yeah, it looked like he was gonna have an aneurysm. His whole body turned red. Like all the blood left his organs to his skin. Yeah. He's just straining. I didn't know if I had to help him or call 911. So, I mean, in terms of the gym and everything, yes, it's very important. Keep your body right and everything. Your body's your temple. You only get one, so try to keep it as good as possible for as long as you can. Especially in dentistry, you need your body to work properly. Yeah. Ergonomics and whatnot.
And so we had a case the other day, and it was Dowager's hump, and that's what you get from doing dentistry for 20, 30, 40 years, So one of the ways to prevent that is weightlifting and keeping a strong back. So, I mean, we all know, stay active, all that. But what are some other things that to remain balanced, like have a balanced life?
I think it's about scheduling free time, and scheduling time for your family, and eating healthy, and going to the movies.
How about something
that makes you happy? Finding a hobby, just stuff like that. Just you gotta really dedicate yourself to the dental field and to this type of lifestyle. But that doesn't mean that you can't be human.
Except for Lil Wayne, he's a Martian.
Or Kobe.
Another thing that you could do as well is, I don't know who here is, religious or spiritual or whatever, but a lot of people find solace in, whatever faith that they have. They spend more time doing that, and that can also help as well with their mental well-being and everything.
Very, very true. Good
point.
Wouldn't you say that religion and just being involved in religion could be a form of meditation itself?
Absolutely.
Speaking of meditation.
Transition.
Wow.
Point number 5.
Meditate, people.
The 5th way to hustle without burning out is to hustle with your mind, stay focused, meditate.
That was a Joe Rogan type transition.
It really was, Shout out Joe Rogan. So anyways, meditation, guys, it doesn't have to be like you have to sit in the room and say Om and stuff like that. I mean, you can do it in any way, shape, or form. You just have to sit down. You have to let your mind run its course, and you don't get into the way that I was taught about it, which I think is a very interesting way, is like your mind is a river and you're on a cliff, and each thought runs through the river. And the key to meditating is to not jump in the river and jump on that thought. Just basically watch everything come, watch everything go.
I like that.
That way you can think, you can clear your head, you can breathe, you can relax, your muscles calm down, you feel more peaceful, and you don't have to do it long. You can do it 10 minutes a day. You can do it an hour a day. It doesn't matter. But meditation is something that every single person can benefit from.
Yeah, and that's so interesting that I like that way a lot better, the river, because the one that I heard about was it's like a balloon.
Okay.
You have a handful of red balloons, and you picture each one of your thoughts as like a balloon floating away. Mm-hmm. It's essentially the same concept, but it's like I think the river is a lot more peaceful.
I think so also, because it shows that the thoughts that you may be experiencing, whether they be positive or negative, don't last forever. And I think that's something that people get caught up in, and sometimes they get... It's kind of like when you're on Instagram and you click on like something on the Explore, and then you scroll down and you just keep scrolling down, and it's 2 hours later.
And then you're like, I need to throw my phone.
Exactly. It's the same thing, just in your mind. So just let the river flow,
Yeah. Okay. So that will probably bring us to our last point, number 6, which is, this is huge. Stay off of social media. Ooh. Okay? Stay off social media. There's so many different applications and stuff now to prevent you from doing that. I mean, think about it. Most of us have iPhones here, right? All 4 of us have iPhones. And there's the what is that called? The
screen time.
Screen time. Yeah. So let's pull up the screen time right now. Let me actually, you know what? Let's all bring up our screen time. Anthony's about to get wrecked.
You guys don't want the smoke.
Anthony's about to get wrecked. All right, so bring up your screen time.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay, let's start out. What's your daily average?
My daily average is 2 hours, 33 minutes.
2 hours, 33 minutes on all devices.
How do you find daily average?
I don't know. I think is this connected to my...
Well, you also have to remember too. Like
laptop?
I use my iPad to study, so it might read hours and hours. So based off of my breakdown, typically it's 2 hours 33 minutes of nonsense like social media, games, whatever it may be. Today, when I took my 3-hour nap, hint, hint, point one.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep with my phone open, so I'm way ahead of what I should be. So it currently reads, I believe it says 6 hours, 58 minutes.
All right, I'll be honest with you. My daily... How did that just happen? It just went up to 5.5 hours.
Jeez.
But the thing is that when the screen's open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I get a lot of mine because I fall asleep to YouTube.
Exactly.
So
yeah, so do I.
Almost half of them, I just looked at my weekly, and over 40% of my hours were from YouTube.
So
and some of them I was watching.
But he didn't say what his daily average is yet.
No, my daily average today was 4 hours and 11 minutes.
No. What's your daily average? Not your today.
Oh, like weekly?
Yeah.
It's 8:21, but again, 40% of that comes from YouTube.
Yeah.
So I could cut that down.
Right. So
a little bit. What's yours?
No, I already said it's 5.5.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. But there's set app limits. So like, okay, so YouTube, maybe you could leave that open, but for like other apps, set an app limit, right?
Yeah, like I'm on Instagram an hour a day.
Yeah, and
I don't have to be on Instagram an hour a day.
dude, think about it. Like you could, remember we talked about scheduling? Hint, hint, point 2.
Just throw that in there. Thanks.
Just throw that in there. You could, like, if you schedule something to do, you'll be doing something. Otherwise, what does pretty much everybody do when there's downtime? You just scroll on your phone or something, right? So
True.
keep it real, keep it tight. Don't be on social media for too long.
Unless you're giving us likes.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're going to be on social media, you might as well be on our account. So throw us likes, throw us follows, throw us subscriptions, and share us with your friends and family.
Yeah, absolutely. And feel free to reach out always. We always we love our reviews. Speaking of that, let's get to our reviews. So, a couple reviews from our fellow listeners. We have one from Madzer, aka Dr. Bernard. She said, "Great podcast, so helpful. Thanks, Madzer, aka Dr. Bernard." Next, we have one from Dr. D. Joshi. She says, "A fresh take on the crazy lives of dental students. New looks into how to be successful in the changing world of dentistry." And she gave us a 5-star. Appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll throw one more in here. From Dr. Restorative. "Really impressed with the content you guys are putting out. Keep it up." Thank you, Dr. Restorative. We appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, and keep sending us your reviews and posting them on the Apple Podcast or Spotify. We decided we're going to start reading some of them out, so we really want to hear your input and your take on our podcast.
And shout out to our listeners.
Yes, guys.
Absolutely.
So thank you for listening. We hope this episode about burnout really helped because it's something that everyone can relate to. Make sure to throw us a follow on Instagram at dental.student.vibes. Don't forget about our GoFundMe, which is in the description below. Also check out our new Amazon ebook, 7 Hacks to Boost Your Dental School Application. So thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Vibe on.